I did forget to update the titles. Today is September 22nd, National Voter Registration Day. Of course, how could I forget? Therefore, make sure you go to vote.org, check your voter registration, and if you're not registered to vote, register to vote at vote.org. It's National Voter Registration Day. That's why you've seen all of the voting stuff. And of course, your girl supports National Voter Registration Day. Now I just want to make sure, confirm that we're live. And it looks like we are live. Gotta get a gumdrop. Okay. Now, okay. I was just seeing how much of the stream was in there. How big it was. And I'm going to pull up the chat. And then we're going to get started here. So what we're doing today is the same thing we were doing before we left New York. That we were doing with Hope. And that's, we're going through the, we're making our color chart. One of the things that we didn't do before. Now we're doing it now. Okay, but once again, National Voter Registration Day. Go vote. This isn't a special birthday edition. I guess I do need to change that. I'm so sorry I forgot to update these titles. But it was my birthday. It hasn't even been a week yet. I'm 28, so special birthday edition continuation. But no, I'm going to update the title on YouTube. By the way, if you're on Facebook, go to youtube.com/Botsy. That's BOTSY. See the blue circle, and that's us. Click subscribe. That's all I want for my birthday. Now, let's get into it. Hey Google, set an alarm for 1 hour.
Tomorrow at 12:49 a.m.
You heard that?
Set.
12:49. Back from vacation is also Absolute. So I decided I'm not going to name her Pinch. Instead, I think Absolute is a much better name. Absolute, like Absolute Pinch. And then over here, the blue one, is going to be Illusion. Absolute Illusion. It goes together. I wanted to do like Perfect Illusion, but I didn't want to name this guitar Perfect. So instead, I thought Absolute was just better. I guess I'm into 3-syllable names for guitars. At any rate, we're going to get her tuned and get into it. We don't have any little guests today. Oh gosh. I just need to, like I said, I didn't update the titles. I am so sorry. Today is September 22nd, National Voter Registration Day. And that means it is the, I didn't even put that here. It's not even Karaoke Live. I am so sorry. Yeah, this is not Karaoke Live. This is Perfect Pitch. If you came here for Karaoke Live, you're on the wrong day. So sorry about that. And Carlton Mitchell on Facebook says hi. Hello. Hey, Carlton. So glad that you could join. Okay. I just wanted this to be like a big opening reveal. I'm going to get out her tuner and her picks, both of which I brought with me. There's the extra strings. There's the tuner. And where's the baggie for the picks? There it is. Which, by the way, Hope wanted to steal my picks. I still haven't responded to all the birthday messages on Facebook yet, but I do thank everybody for them. I'm still going to. I've just been running around getting some things done. So, and we're going to just continue the color chart. And so, but first we got to get this guitar in tune. Because she just traveled on a plane, so she might not be too in tune. So we're going to see how in tune she is. All right. We're going to use the orange pick this time. And, alright, let's do this thing. not too off. That's good. That's where we want her. Okay. Ooh, did you see that? You see that solid green right there? Can you guys see that? I don't know why it thinks that she's an A. It's not an A, it's a D. Okay, how about now? There we go. Solid green. Alright. These aren't as out of tune as I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be like very out of tune. There we go, look at that. There we go. I do not like you being too high. And to try to loosen you a little bit. Okay. All right. All right. And yeah. Let's do it. I've got my box of 64 crayons here. We've got a Mountain Dew Frostbite in the background. And a handy dandy notebook. Anyone feeling some Blues Clues? Jeez. I think she likes her name Absolute. Alright, so we're continuing on. We left off, we did low E and A. And now we're going to do, I mean, I guess we kind of did it right last time. We just didn't know that we was making like the chart and stuff. So now we're going to go back and do the rest. And I think even when we listen to the CDs, I don't know if I've said this before, but we want to continue doing the ear training exercises and trying to, or learning to listen horizontally. I think we should always dedicate some time to that. Alright, but we are now on D. I need to let the sound come to me. Still coming to the sound. We need to let them come to me. We just need to be sitting here doing our thing and letting the sound come to us. Let it knock at our door. That's what I'm thinking. I listen to it deeply and slowly. Okay, on to the next one. B. Oh, we got a comment. Oh, yeah. I know that the title is wrong. I said that at the very beginning when I started the stream that the title is wrong and I needed to update it on YouTube. I'm curious to see how these colors match up with the color chart that we did before. I think that's a very curious one. It will be to see. And that notebook is literally right there, so I'm going to get it. And I'm also going to show you guys, I realized I didn't show you Hope's color chart. So I'm going to show you her chart. Do we talk? Hello, Steve Dad. Yes, we do talk. This is perfect pitch. And so what I'm doing right now is just playing a note and then or a tone, and then listen deeply and slowly to it, and writing down what color it makes me think of, and making a little chart. So this series is perfect pitch, and it's actually not Karaoke Live. I have the wrong title. I need to update that title. I just didn't update all the titles. I'm going to update it though. But this is perfect pitch. Karaoke Live though, you can go to our actual channel if you want to see that. The last one that I did, I had Hope on, and the one before that, Jessica and I discussed our 5-year relationship. This series, however, is all about ear training. Right now, I'm comparing and seeing how these match up. How the other color chart I did matches up with this one. So let's see, the other one, I have kind of low E as like a really dark black. I have this as a black and blue, so it kind of matches up, not really. I have a purple, I have kind of like a purple and orangish, maybe some gold in there. Here, I've just got A as kind of like a gold. Before I had D as like kind of like gray black. Now I have D as orange yellow. G, I had G as for like a gold. No surprise there. But this time I had G as purple, like straight purple, and white. You can't really see the white crayon. Last time I had B as it looks like a very light colors. Like I see some blue and some purple in there, and maybe some other type of darker blue, but all drawn very, very lightly. This one I had B as just gold and white. And last but not least, high E. Did I get to that? I wonder if I see high E on this page. Oh, I do see high E. She's up here. She's kind of more blue and maybe a little bit of orange mixed in. This high E is green, like a pasture green. So you guys can see the differences here. The old one is the bigger paper. There you go. It was hard to hold them both up at the same time. And we got another comment. Same instrument for both. I have 2 guitars here. This one's broken. But Karaoke Live is done mainly without the guitar. But this is the same instrument done for perfect pitch. But Karaoke Live is done with, usual music. Well, not that a guitar can't produce music. I mean, it's done with like the Star Maker app, karaoke acts, things like that, done with like popular songs. And some of my own original songs and stuff like that. But we're just learning the guitar. We're also learning perfect pitch. So we're not playing the guitar yet on Karaoke Live. Now let me just show you guys this Hope's color chart that she did. Because remember, last perfect pitch, she did a color chart. And what did I do the week before that? I did dramatic night the week before that for karaoke live. So let's see. That's what I had to do when I was packing. Oh, here it is. So Hope was using the ukulele, and so this is her color chart. Yeah, it's this way. Yes. So that's her color chart. Moving on to the next thing, because remember we saved a lot of these exercises. We pushed them back because I just needed to listen to it then, rather than pulling it out. So the next exercise, I do believe this was the next one. I might gotta go back into those other notes and make sure we didn't miss anything, but I don't think we did. We're just gonna put absolute right there. And okay. So yeah, it should pop up over here. Yeah, the 917, is that it? Nope, that's not the one. 917. 92, 93. Okay, so I might just have to copy the comments again, because I think this closed, like the laptop died or whatever, and so then a document that we were using for all of those other notes, so I just want to make sure that we didn't miss anything before we move on to the notes that were in the notebook. And I don't think we did, because none of these documents are particularly recent. So I'm just going to move on to the last stream. And thank you for the like on Facebook, Remy. It just popped up when I was switching screens that you had liked it, so thanks for that. Oh, and I see we do also have one like on Facebook, not on Facebook, on YouTube, so thank you for that as well. Let me change this title too, since it's causing confusion. While I go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Botsy, B-O-T-S-Y, blue circle, click subscribe. Always be plugging. Let's see, we already did March. The St. Louis March was actually, because everywhere else is Facebook. I still have 912 karaoke live up. I'm going to still leave that up for right now. And then I'm going to switch this title right here so that people know this is actually perfect pitch. I'm going to get the last one that we did. Perfect pitch. Here it is. Perfect pitch training. This is actually number 40. Number 40. We're not featuring anyone. This is really more of a practice session. Practice CDs. September 20, because we'll probably get into some CDs. Oh, maybe we won't. So I'm just going to put practice. September 22nd, aka National Voter Registration Day. We're still going to always put the plug. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Look down the homepage. Thank you, bots, so much for joining me on my perfect pitch journey. I'm still going to leave that as well in the description. And we're also going to put that today is National Voter Registration Day. So go to vote.org. Confirm that you're registered to vote and register to vote if you're not registered. Millennials, Gen Z, we are the largest voting bloc. Let's use our power. Register to vote at vote.org. You can't vote if you're not registered, so I really encourage you to register to vote. And there we go. Now the title is updated on YouTube. I'm going to go back to it. But we're going to go back to, not the last episode we did, I guess the episode before that. Here we go. Where number 38, where it was my birthday. And we're going to go through the chat where we translated all of this for Striffiette. Who, if you don't know, is my fan from Brazil. Therefore, I'll post in the chat and translate. And copy. Just copy a bunch of the chat. And then we're going to put it into Word because Google can't handle all of it.
Caitlin?
Yeah, I'm streaming right now.
Okay. We're up at 7 out at 8.
Okay, thanks. Okay. That was just Barbara letting me know that we have an early morning tomorrow. So we need to leave here at 8 a.m. Okay. I didn't know what she was going to say or what she was going to talk about, so I just wanted to put that alert there that I was streaming so that she didn't, it's always good to just let people know you're on camera. Okay, what am I looking for? Oh, translate. Distracted myself. Okay, there we go. Let's make sure we didn't miss anything so that we can make this a full, good practice session. This does not mean... Okay, take a large box of trans-colored pencils. Take a few minutes where you can just be alone with your instrument. Listen to all the chromatic tones on your instrument slowly, closely, and deeply. While listening, see if you can find a color that best matches a particular tone. That best matches a particular tone. Best matches. I don't know if we did this exercise right then. If the object is to find one that best matches a particular tone, we really have to use a lot of abstract thinking instead of just, what does this make me think of? So I think we're going to redo this exercise again because I don't think I did it right. After identifying the colors, create a color chart to illustrate which shade will for which color. But you want to create, you can create a graph, a rainbow, or a staff. Don't skip the exercise. The exercise is actually made as an analogy and presents an abstract concept to present an abstract concept to the ear. It's not about relating the colors permanently. It's just presenting the concept. So when have you ever sat down and heard individual tones like that? So simple and straightforward. Just sitting, listening to a tone, all your attention turned to a tone. To choose a color, you had to feel something different about that tone. Some kind of difference about that color so that you could choose one. The development of a perfect shade is as simple as this: discovering a subtle aspect of a shade, probably a tone, and effortlessly listening. Perfect pitch is a delicate process. All these masterclasses in 12 make up phase 1. Okay, so, and it's the preparatory phase. So, yeah, we're going to have to redo it. So, let's redo this. Because we need to keep our eyes on the prize, on our objective here, which is to listen to all the chromatic tones on your instrument, slowly, closely, and deeply. While listening, see if you can find a color that best matches a particular tone. That best matches. The interesting thing, though, is I don't know if I would have taken this good of notes if I was writing in my notebook. I think because I was having to translate, being like, I want to make sure the person I'm translating for fully understands, that I think it actually made me take better notes, even though I have to go back and translate. So maybe the trick is to copy the chat, translate it back into English, and then keep it somewhere if Striffiette is on. I think that can work. Yeah, and just have some way to label it and everything like that. I think that would be a good thing, because yeah, that would make sense that I would actually take better notes if I'm translating for somebody else. One, to make sure that they understand it. So, while listening, see if you can find a color that best matches a particular tone. That best matches a particular tone. Okay, we're going to redo this again. I don't think there's any point in comparing it to the other two charts, because, well, that's not what we're focused on right now. All we're focused on is finding one that best matches. Okay. So, let's find one. Alright. Turning the page now. I had to be careful of those scissors that were there. Okay. It's funny because I think Hope thought that I was going to play the guitar, and that's why she was like, "Why are you just playing one note?" She likes to act like she doesn't want me to play the guitar or sing or something like that, but I had no need to open up the tuner. But okay, so we're looking for one that best matches. The funny part is these are supposed to be the easy exercises. Gotta think of an abstract concept. So, is this like red because red is vibrant? No. The low E tone definitely is not vibrant. It's more somber. So when you think of somber, is that what we would use? Let's listen some more. How would I describe a low E? In terms of its sound. Is it somber? Okay, so I'm a writer, right? So if I were to write, hmm, because, okay, what made me get there is I was thinking to myself, maybe I'm just not good at describing things. And then I was like, that's not it. Because when you write, when you're a writer, you have to describe things. I know my accent just changed. But I know you have to describe things when you write, obviously, right? Like, more beyond just her jacket is red. You have to describe kind of like what somebody looks like to somebody else, and their thoughts and feelings, and just a whole bunch of description goes into that. So it's not that I'm bad at describing things. I'm bad at remembering things that I've seen and describing it. Like, what does a person look like type of thing, you know. And, or what color car does a person drive? I can't really tell you that. But I am good at describing things. I'm good at describing things by writing them. And of course, I'm good at describing the visual. But how would you describe? So if I were to write a story with the low E incorporated, I assume I would probably then, to make the point, I would picture people like in a bar setting, right? And you'd picture somebody up on stage and they'd have their guitar. And our main character, though, isn't the guitarist, it's somebody out in the crowd. Who's going through something, or maybe meeting somebody, or just sitting there in the bar. Everybody's going through something, but I mean, just sitting, you know, something that's like really bothering them. I mean, and you would describe that in the background, the guitarist was playing a note that sounded. Does it sound somber? I mean, that's the word that keeps coming to my mind, but I feel like I'm still thinking vertically, right? Why do I think it's somber? Because it sounds low. But that's not like a definition like twangy or vibrant. You know? Those are more like individual characteristics. So I feel like I could describe it that way to help my brain out a little bit. Or I can give each one of these their own personality. Which I believe that David Lucas Parrish did use, also the word personality, whatever you want to call it. I can view them all as individuals. They're not linked to one another, just like a man is not linked, or just like a woman is not linked to a man, and a man is not linked to a woman to women. Either way, it's an individual. So if the low E was was a person, what kind of person would low E be? What characteristics would low E have? But from the sound alone. And if you would indulge me, I know we have this time together, and this might not make sense. Because I have to sit here on my own. But I feel like if I gave each one a personality that to me best represented them, like a personality, like a personified them, like their own person and everything like that, that would help too. One's not high, one's not low. They're just them. You know, and I can't keep looking at them as a set. They are a set. They work together as a set. But for purposes of relative pitch, for purposes of perfect absolute pitch, they're their own individual, unique sound. So we don't really do that, do we? We never really, just as David Lucas Burge points out, we don't really personify sounds. We talk about what the color red is, we can describe that, but not so for sounds. Unless it's all together, like forming something that we can recognize, like a song. So to personify a sound, there's a couple approaches that I think I can take here, that I want to take. And I know I'm making it probably far too complicated, especially for this exercise, but I do believe this is the root of it all anyways. For me, it's like with anything, the hardest start is usually beginning something, or the hardest part for me is usually beginning something. Like if I'm writing a paper, the hardest part for me to write is the beginning, is the first couple sentences. Once I get through that, maybe it's not, but if I'm struggling with something, it's always at the beginning. And if I can get through the beginning part, if I can write the first couple sentences, the rest just comes to me. I'm thinking of another analogy, like activism as well. When you're an activist and you go into a community, or if you're having trouble at your household, and there's a problem, and you just try to fix it, but you don't listen to what people actually say is the problem, then you just end up frustrating yourself, or worse, hurting those that you're trying to help because you're not listening. And so it is kind of with these notes on the guitar. What are they trying to tell me? What's the language? Each of them have their own language, their own accent. And they're trying to tell me something, and I need to listen in order to be able to help, well, not help them, help myself rather, but I just need to listen to them. Just listen. It's not even about helping them or anything like that. They just are what they are. There are notes on a guitar. Either way, though, we need to lend them the same voice. Just get out of the way and listen. So what best matches low E? With all that in mind, if I pictured E like he's a sim I'm creating for a house, I would think of him as somebody carrying a lot of baggage. And once again, why do I keep saying him? Just because he's a low note. They are an individual, so. And what best matches? Yes, I think brown best matches. That would be a fun story to write. One where you had 6 people and they come together to form a band. But the 6 people are all actually guitar notes. They represent guitar strings and the personality of each string based on listening to the string. And so the low E note would be kind of a youngish kind of fella. Maybe a little bit older. But he carries a lot of baggage with him. Maybe has some bags under his eyes as well. You know, some dark circles. Or, you know, a bit wrinkly. But not to an extremely noticeable degree. But he'd always have bags with him. Always be carrying around baggage. And would be kind of dragging. Would be kind of slow moving, dragging. Always dragging his baggage around. Really low. And I'm not saying this because it's a low note. But because in something I've always noticed about low E is that, well, I guess you'd call it an undertone, but that extreme undertone that you hear. It's like you hear the note, like the notes up here, and then down here, you know, a whole, like it just drags underneath it. Yes, I want to say brown. I feel like if any color was going to have a lot of baggage, it would be brown. I feel like. Yeah, I feel like it's brown. Stop. I don't think I need to be so stern like that with Google. I think she'll just stop if I'm not that stern. Brown. And in the future, maybe I'll even have the crayons down here so I can just look at them while I'm playing. So I can look at all the colors. I'm just kind of preparing my mind right now. Okay, so brown. in this color. Maybe even red violet. Do they not seem to have a lot of baggage to you? Red violet certainly got a lot of baggage. So I think brown and red violet for my low E. Only because I'm just looking at red violet. But it's not vibrant, it's not actually somber. It just carries a lot of baggage with him. So we're going to actually draw a bag here, a suitcase. Not a very good looking one, but and it's going to say low E on it. No, it belongs to low E. And that's low E. He carries a lot of baggage. Kind of slow moving. Just drags across the floor. His tone is kind of even, but he has all of this baggage underneath that just drags him down. Makes him sound so low. Yes, so low E. Got a lot of baggage. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining me on my perfect pitch journey. Yeah. And I will see you tomorrow. Let's make sure we have no more comments. I don't think we do. And yeah. Thank you both so much for joining me on my perfect pitch journey, and I will see you tomorrow.